risk factors for preventable chronic diseases are tobacco use, lack of physical activity, and excessive alcohol use. The risk factors have caused unpreventable and preventable diseases like disability and death. To reduce these risk factors, prevent diseases or injury before it ever occurs, reduce the impact of a disease or injury that has already occurred, soften the impact of an ongoing illness or injury that has lasting effects. We all need to invest our time and money in improving healthy lifestyle behaviors by increasing physical activity and improving our diet. By doing this, almost 35% of early deaths will be avoided. Our integrative nutrition health specialist, Betty Olayinka Folarin Akinlosotu, aka BOFA, advocates for this every Sunday on Health Corner and Nutrition segments showing on Healthy Living with BOFA channel, where she also features professionals on interview with expert segments. Join us every Sunday, 2 p.m. U.S. time, 7 p.m. UK and Nigeria time, 8 p.m. South African time. See you there.
Number 2 of 12 preventable cancer we are discussing today is breast cancer. And what is breast cancer? Breast cancer is a cancer that develops in the breast cells and progresses in stages. And this type of cancer is the most common cancer among women in the United States. I don't know about Africa, but in the United States is the most common cancer among women. Believe it or not. You know why it's common? Because we don't take our time to do the screening. We don't go for mammogram. We don't go for breast screening. We don't do self-examination. Remember I said it last week that my lumps that I discovered when I was doing self-examination was quickly taken care of before it gets out of hand. I was able to prevent it. I did my screening on time. I did my self-examination and I quickly took action. And for the past 10 years, I don't feel anything in my breast. Imagine if I ignore that lumps, if I ignore that lumps, or if I refuse to do self-examination. So we're going to be discussing today what you can do to prevent this breast cancer. And I must let you know that few early symptoms may include new lumps in the other arm or in that your breast. And you know what the study says about this breast cancer. And this is very obvious. When I hear that a woman died of breast cancer, I'm like, seriously? This shouldn't happen. Because the breast cancer is the most preventable cancer. Among all the cancer, is the most preventable one. Yes, because it's something you realize, you discover as soon as possible, because it's different from other organs. You touch your breast on time, you do self-examination, even if you're not doing self-examination, you have your husband, you have your boyfriend, your spouse is there to touch your breast, or you guys don't touch each other in this private, organs. One of you must have discovered something. If you yourself that carry this organ cannot discover, cannot detect anything, your spouse is supposed to detect it, supposed to notice something. And when that happens, the next action must be taken. Because we are unable to do all this screening. We are unable to carry this self-examination, self-breast examination, I mean. The study shows that around 245,000 American women alone are diagnosed with breast cancer each year. And this is a leading killer of women in midlife, that is ages 30 to 55. So I'm more than happy and so excited to talk about breast cancer today. So let's get right into it after the break. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's take a break. I'll be right back.
health is wealth. Vital is vital. You gotta take care of yourself.
Hello, do you want to live your best? You want to live your way into a healthy and beautiful body, free from all forms of diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, hemorrhoid, and so on? Are you limited to particular food intake due to your health status? Oh yeah, I bring to you good news, as you can eat what you want. Contact us today for any of these services. Holistic nutrition consulting based on individual health status such as diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, among others. Visit us in our office at 10039 Bisonet Street, Suite 228D, Houston, Texas, with zip code 77036. You can as well book an appointment with us on our website www.begandbomservices.com or call 347-61 35485 347-61 35485. At B&B, your health matters to us.
Health is wealth. Vital is vital. You gotta take care of yourself.
Welcome back to Healthy Living with Bofa Talk Show, everyone. And thank you for watching. I'm Dr. Betty, and our focus today is on breast cancer. Yes, is this boobs. We want to talk about it. We want to learn how to prevent it, not only from cancer. Yes, anything can eat up your breast. It doesn't necessarily mean that cancer is the only one that must eat it up. Anything can happen to these boobs, the breast. Relatively few lifestyle factors have been linked to the disease. Yes, lifestyle does have a very important impact on the risk of breast cancer. The life you live. Yes. How hygienic you are. What you eat. What you do without your body that affects your breast. That is exercise. When you examine it. Because once you self-examine your breast, you think you are trying to discover whether there is lumps, you are as well massaging your breast. You are exercising your breast. That is part of lifestyle factor I'm talking about. Lifestyle does have a very significant, important impact on the risk of breast cancer. And this is especially so if healthy behaviors start in youth and young adulthood. That is when breast tissue is still developing. And maybe at its most susceptible to harms that can increase risk later in life. So now let's talk about some ways you can lower breast cancer risk. How do you lower the risk? How do you prevent it, basically? That's what we're talking about. It's about, this platform is about prevention. We need to take preventive measure to prevent all these diseases. Yes, that is our priority. That is the primary assignment we must do. Yes. Number one is avoiding tobacco and alcohol or drinking alcohol at low levels. If at all you have to. You have to learn how to avoid tobacco. You have to learn how to drink less of this alcohol. Or you don't drink at all. I don't drink. Some women drink. They drink like crazy. Yes, I'm not saying you should not drink, provided if you can make it at low level, if at all. I mean, if you have to drink, under 3 drinks per week can help protect against the disease. Of course, our body needs alcohol, but drinking it as water every day, like 4, 5, 6, a carton of alcohol, that is in excess. That is becoming excessive. No, you can't do that if you want to prevent breast cancer. And let me tell you this in case you don't know. Men do get breast cancer too. The cancer cell also grow in men's breasts, is what I know. One of my doctors, my boss, was diagnosed of breast cancer and also operated upon. He went through the stage of surgery and he's a doctor. Even if it is not an oncologist that deal with cancer, that is, oncologist is the cancer doctor. He's not a cancer doctor, but he is a doctor. But yet, he couldn't discover, he couldn't detect that cancer on time. And he has to go through surgery. Can you imagine? A man, I'm talking about a man now, let alone a woman that carries big boobs. Number 2, being physically active, at least 30 minutes or more of physical activity, such as exercise on most days, this can lower the risk. Yes. Number 3 is keeping weight in check. Having your BMI between 18.5 to 24.9 is best. Yes. That's what puts you in a normal range of weight. You must not be less than 18.5. You must not be more than 24.9 BMI. Yes. Number 4 is eating 5 or more servings of fruits and vegetables per day. This can also lower your risk from breast cancer. Remember, I said it last week when I was talking about things you can do to prevent cancer. 2 weeks ago. I mentioned eating fruit and vegetables. Why? Because this type of food carries antioxidants that kill and prevent you from these free radicals that cause cancer. So that is why you want to live on fruit, vegetables, and grain. Again, to prevent breast cancer, you must live on fruits and vegetables as well. Number 5 is you must avoid birth control pills. Those of you that want to stop having children, you don't want to have babies, and you want to have sex, it's okay. You need it. But you need to know the best birth control for you. The one that will prevent you from having this breast cancer. You need to speak to your doctor about it. You don't just go on birth control, especially pills. No. The study shows that it is at risk of breast cancer if you have birth control pills. Remember that. Take notes. Number 6 is avoiding menopausal hormone therapy. This can also lower your risk. Yes. Some of you are supposed to be in menopause, but because you still want to have baby, you want to go for menopausal hormone therapy to avoid it. I know some people reverse menopause. They don't, it's okay. And they go through, menopausal hormone therapy. If you avoid this, you probably, lowering the risk for that breast cancer. But the moment you cannot avoid it, you want to go for that therapy, menopausal hormone therapy, then you're at risk for breast cancer. And lastly, number 7 is for those who find it unimportant to breastfeed their babies. Breastfeeding for a total of 1 year also seems to have breast health benefits. And this applies to all children combined. If you have a baby today, I don't know, I breastfed my children 6 months straight. All my children, 6 good months straight, without any food, only water and breast. That's what I breastfed my children with. And that, from then till now, I have never taken her to the hospital or admitted her to the hospital sick. That is the power you have in breastfeeding your children for so long. But these days, you see ladies, Once they have the baby, after 1 month, they start giving formula. They start giving, some make pap. Oh, wow. They'll bring pap and be giving the baby. Pap. Of course, pap is good. It's a fermented food. It's good. But not for the baby at that moment. At that stage, not for the baby. Breast milk is what your baby needs from 0 to 10 months, at least 10 months. If you cannot cannot hold it for 1 year, between 6 and 10 months is ideal here. So you need to learn that prevents breast cancer. If you can feed your children, your babies, with breast milk for at least 6 to 12 months, you are not at risk of breast cancer. I'm telling you this. Yeah, you'll be free from this breast cancer. Now, let's talk about food you should eat if you have breast cancer. Let's say you are not able to do self-examination, no screening, nothing is performed to discover you have it, and at the end of the day, you start having symptoms, you have lumps, from there you ignore it, and at the end of the day, it becomes something you need to be worried about. Yes. Now you finally have breast cancer. You are nursing breast cancer. Maybe probably you go through radiation, this and that, surgery, the mastectomy is performed, and you are left with one breast. What should you eat? Because that time, your meal, your diet must be different from us. You must be placed on different special diet. So what do you eat? What do you eat? But first of all, let me tell you this. If anybody tells you that there is one food out there you must eat to prevent breast cancer, I'm talking about those who did not have it. There is no food somewhere. I must tell you, there is no specific diet that is recommended for those who have breast cancer. So that is why you must prevent it now. The only recommended diet, or whatever you call it, is maintaining a diet that is both nutritious and balanced in essential. That's it. The only diet you can live on is maintaining a diet that is both nutritious and as well balanced in essential. Yes, that's all. But regularly, if you find yourself in this dilemma, you have cancer, we are advocating now, we are yelling, we are educating, we are saying all this, yet you still ignore. Finally, you have cancer, you have breast cancer. You can regularly be eating this. You can live on the following food: fruits and vegetables. Whether you have it or you don't have it, all of us must live on fruit and vegetables. Whole grains, lean protein. Let me give you an example of lean protein. Soy, fish, meat, chicken, beans. When there is no skin, that is what we mean by lean protein. The fish, the skin off, chicken, skin off, meat, skin off, beans, skin off. These are considered lean protein food. Yes, lean protein foods. And also soy. You can live on that. Yes. For good protein sources, increase your intake of poultry, fish, legumes like beans and lettuce. All these are sources of protein you need to live on. And lastly, alcohol in moderation, if at all. You must have it. You must make it moderate. Don't drink in excess. Excessive drinking can hurt our body. Yes, you don't have to do things in excess. We need to put moderation in everything we do, because if you don't have enough, there's a problem. If you have too much, there's a problem. So you have to balance it. Yes. Now, finally, let me give you few food that you can live on to prevent the risk of breast cancer, to lower the risk. The food that can help you lower the risk of breast cancer. And these include fatty fish, not just fish. The fish that is rich in fatty acid, omega fatty acid I'm talking about, like salmon fish. That's the best source of fatty acid. That's the best fish you can get it for. You can also live on numerous veggies, as it's colorful veggies: carrot, cucumber, tomatoes, lettuce, onions, all these colorful veggies. Beans, fermented foods. Pap is one of the fermented food. Many herbs and spices. Those of you that eat ajinomoto, you are killing your body, because you don't even know the chemical. I don't even know, where do they see those white stuff? Do you know what actually in that thing? Even this not chicken, they tell you it's not chicken. Who killed chicken and turned it to Maggi? We are just eating it. So instead of us to go on herbs like they make with plants, leaves, that's where the herbs comes from. The spices they make with plants, leaves, that's what you live on. You see, this is plant. They will tell you this is plant. Oregano, bay leaves, thyme, curry, all these, parsley. That's what you live on. Ginger, the powder one, onion, all these things you need to live on. Yes. The pepper, black pepper, paprika pepper, all those pepper, you live on them, you eat them. Eat them like you will never eat anything. Like this is the end of your life. That is what you should do to all this food I'm talking about. Like you will not eat again. Of course, fruits like berries, anything berries, you see, the power that is in that berry. You have blackberries, you have blueberry, strawberry, raspberries, all these berries, live on them. Peaches, apples, pears, and citrus fruits, such as lemon, oranges, tangerine, mandarin, all these, they are citrus. They carry powerful components that have these antioxidants, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. All these things, especially citrus, is carry vitamin C. Yes. Live on them. Now listen to this fact. And I want you to pay attention to this. While certain food may protect against breast cancer, other foods may increase your risk. This is to tell you that you must know what the foods you eat do in your body. I mean, the benefit of the food you eat and the organ that benefit from all these foods you eat. So if you go to the market or to the store, to Key Food, to Whole Food, to H-E-B, to Walmart, to Kroger, to any store that sells food, before you leave your house, you must know what that food will do in your body. And if you don't know what the food will do in your body, there's no way you will know the type of food you are buying from this market. Yes, I'm telling you, you want to go to ShopRite, you want to go to Just Right, you want to go to any right to buy food, know the benefit of what you are buying from the store before you even purchase them. If you are ready to consume any food, what are you getting from that food? What nutrients? What What are these things you getting from that food before you even purchase it? If you know that, you are good. You can't mix it. You buy the right food your body needs. And when I say the right food your body needs, I mean the right food every organs in your body need, and they will benefit from that food. The moment you cannot discover that, if you cannot unveil what this food do in your body, don't bother to go to the market. I've been saying this on this platform for a very long time, and I'll continue saying it. And that's what I stand for. Every food I eat, I know what they do in my body, and I know the organ that benefits from those food. Yes. So don't deceive yourself if you don't know what all the food you eat do in your body. Don't even bother yourself to go to the market, let alone buying it. Because you buy junk. And what do you get from junk? Sickness, illness, virus, bacteria. If care is not taken, death. That's it. This is where I'm going to stop till next week, that I will be here again to bring you more health and nutrition tips. I'm Dr. Betty. Have a good night. Bye.